Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Pete.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I have a story, a Justice League story to tell you.
Okay.
Or you tell me if this sounds interesting to you. Justice League is sitting around in their cave,
Yep.
and they all of a sudden they get word that a weather bomb is about to attack Metropolis, and
Okay.
they don't know where it is, but it's Lex Luthor who's setting it off. So, they're very concerned about this. Obviously, they don't want the city to be destroyed, so they all split up into small groups or individual groups to go try to hunt down some villains who might be in on the plan, and then I mean, it's a pretty standard story, and then they eventually are able to get the information from the villains and go and defuse the bomb.
Well, I've read a lot of JLA, and this doesn't sound like recent familiar stuff to me.
It's recent, but it was actually in a movie.
Well, I saw some of those movies.
No, not the cartoons.
Yeah.
It's a live action Justice League movie.
Well, when did that come out?
Well, okay, there's something called Justice League XXX, the JLA Justice League of Porn Stars.
What?
XXX. I was given a review copy.
Yes, you were. You were the only one on the podcast given a review copy.
Because
the only one who got the solicitation, hey, we're doing this thing. How does that happen?
I don't
There's like
know.
6 or 7 of us, and you get it.
There's too many jokes to be made about that. At least I would think Greg would get it as well. He's been on the podcast almost as long as I have, but nope.
Nope. You're the one who gets it.
I'm the one that got it, or even Spencer. I mean, Spencer should have gotten it.
Oh, Spencer loves that stuff.
Yeah, but so we've talked about this a little bit that I had this or that I was going to get it for review.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot.
Now I have it for. Now I have.
In fact, I believe you made an announcement. Sorry, I haven't reviewed it yet. They haven't sent it to me in time.
Yeah. And now
you have.
And now I've received
that
it.
moment is here.
So I'm going to keep this a PG-13 type of review because basically films that are XXX, you know what you're getting from them. They do their job. They do their job, and those things don't change. But what they're trying to do in this movie is bring in comic fans who, or at least people that are interested in.
You think comic fans don't like naked people?
Yeah. Well, no. But who are interested in seeing their heroes naked, or like that.
Sure.
Makes sense. That's where fan fiction comes from,
right?
Or slash fiction.
Well, and this isn't the first of its kind. Like there's the Batman one,
the Batman '66
there's
one.
There's a Star Wars one running around. There's a Star Trek one as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, porn parodies have been around forever.
Yeah. That Simpsons one is rough, but
I bet it is because they're all yellow. Yeah, I've not seen it.
It's not good. And the girl does Marge's voice the whole time.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So in this one, I'm going to review it from a comic book fan's perspective.
Sure. How it holds up in the storyline.
Holds up in a DC type universe. So as it begins, like I told you, it starts in the JLA headquarters.
Okay.
And Aquaman is there. What is it? Aquaman, Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Batman, Robin, and the Flash. Though they're not because they have the X's.
Why is this so big?
It's because it's a special. They gave me the 2-disc special edition.
Over 6 hours.
Over 6 hours.
What's the? No, I don't. We'll get to that.
Yeah. So they hear about this weather bomb and they decide they have to go off. Aquaman cops out and says, "I can't stay. I've got to go back to Atlantis," and they make Aquaman jokes. There, that's done.
So that seems appropriate.
Yeah.
In comic fandom, making fun of Aquaman. Okay.
But then here's where my first problems come.
And I love that you have notes. You have pages of notes.
It says JLA XXX notes.
It does say that.
The first pairing, or trinity, or whatever it is, Batman and Robin go try to find Catwoman, and try to get information out of her.
Okay.
And they get information out of her in the way that you would do in a movie like this.
Banging out of her.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. See, that could have gone either way.
It would. But my one problem with this one is, first of all, Robin. the guy playing Batman is doing the Adam West impression, which is kind of funny. Adam West impression is always kind of funny.
You know, what's interesting is that keeps continuity to the Batman XXX
66, yeah. But Robin kind of looks older than Batman. So that's kind of an issue. And he's doing the Batman 66 Robin as well. Everything he says is wholly something Batman. And it gets really annoying after a while.
Oh boy, blunder.
And...
I'll just put this over here.
Yeah, you don't want to be holding it for a while?
I've held it enough.
You've held it. And so at the end of that scene, Wonder Woman... Or not Wonder Woman. I'm getting ahead of myself. Catwoman blows a white substance in Batman and Robin's faces.
You should clarify.
A white powder.
Just I would maybe next time in descriptors say she blows some of it. That was set up to go wrong.
Well, that's I kind of intended that. Like that's kind of a fun thing. Like
there you go.
You know, I don't think it's metatextual.
That's what we call double entendre.
I don't think it was metatextual enough. I don't think they knew what they were doing. Maybe they did. I don't know. But they did that, and that knocks Batman and Robin out. So then, and here's where the real continuity problems come in. And Superman goes and fights Zatanna. What do you know about Zatanna?
Backwards magic?
Backwards magic. She's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
Not in this. She's a bad guy. She's a member of the supervillain society who is doing this weather bomb thing.
Well, magic is of the devil.
Well, but here's the thing. So in Superman continuity,
sure.
What are the things that Superman is vulnerable to? Do you know?
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite, yeah.
And he can't see through lead.
He can't see through lead, and he has no resistance to magic whatsoever. So if it's a magic blade that cuts him, it cuts him fine.
Sure.
So Zatanna, when she wants to seduce Superman.
Because that is instantly her go-to. I am evil, therefore the Man of Steel. I am, well, I think I've just asked and answered my own question there.
She's trying to prevent him from going out and searching for the weather bomb further. So she seduces him, and how she does it is not with magic, hitting the backward magic that is her trademark, not by saying, you know, I don't even know, whatever backwards would be, Superman, take your pants off, backwards. She uses...
We'll ask Jason, he knows this already.
She uses a small piece of kryptonite that she says isn't strong enough to kill him, but strong enough for him to be powerless against her wishes.
Sure, that makes sense.
Now,
sort of.
No, see, here's my comic problem with it. If it weakens Superman that much, how is he going to be able to perform? That Man of Steel is not a Man of Steel when you're weakened by kryptonite so much. Now, if it was magic, then you could. Basically, I'm saying that you need to think these comic.
You've never felt a little off your game, little not top speed, and still managed to handle business.
After 5 whiskeys, what happens?
Okay, what after 3 whiskeys? What happens?
You got to fight through it, but I don't. But Superman didn't want to fight through it.
Didn't he? Didn't he?
Maybe
Kevin?
he did. I mean, the lady playing Zatanna.
His mouth says no, but his eyes.
Zatanna is pretty cute. I'll give her that.
Right.
So there's my problem with that.
You're laughing at your own notes already.
Yeah. So then of course we go to the Flash. Going to a very generic character called the Mob Boss.
Yeah.
It's just this woman named the Mob Boss. Now
women can't be mob bosses. What?
Well, but
only kidding.
In DC, there's a mob boss called Mannheim.
Steamroller.
Yes, he plays new agey.
Yeah, that does sound like a villain.
No, he's a Apocalypse from Apocalypse. He's a mob boss.
Okay.
So they could have had a female Heine, Mannheim.
Did you say Heine?
Girl Heine. Yeah. Like they could have again.
Woman Heine.
Yeah. What did I write down here?
I don't know. What did you write?
Her Heine would have been good too. Mannheim.
Oh, Kevin, they're gonna see these notes that you're giving, and now you're gonna come in as a consultant on the next one.
Maybe this is my whole goal, is to get a job writing the non-porn parts of this, because in general, like, their heart's in the right place. They just need a little bit more direction when it comes to the minutia.
Sure. I wonder if they're going to come back with, you understand what this movie is.
Well, but I do understand what it is, and they got those parts right. Is pretty much. I mean,
sure.
It's the parts that they're trying to make it that aren't as spot on.
Right.
So they could have made her into that character. She confronts the Flash. There's actually a pretty neat, especially for given their budget, fight scene between the Flash and her henchman. Like he's actually bobbing and weaving and like going super speed, and they're slowly punching. And that was actually fairly believable. Like it was actually done pretty well. How do I say this gently? One would think during mommy and daddy time the Flash would use his super speed as well, and he doesn't. And so there's another.
Well, clearly he's not in it for just him then.
No, he's not. He's being a very caring lover.
That's what I'm saying.
he's being very.
How does that help? The lady.
Well, but
if he's just taking care of his business,
but
that's just insensitive, Kevin.
Well, but she's a villain. I mean, he's not trying to help her out.
Hey. Good manners is good manners. Regardless.
Okay, well then I know they didn't talk about it in this, but in this is Barry Allen, and he is married to Iris. It's all in a day's work, I guess, or
maybe they have that kind of relationship.
They could have an open. That's fine. Okay, so then we have.
I'm here to poke holes in all your theories.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
Holes.
The Lex Luthor comes out, and Lex Luthor is played by, in the cards I got from in the set, Tom Byron. Tom Byron actually plays a very good Lex Luthor. He actually has the, I'm going to say it, cockiness of Lex Luthor, and is like, talking, it's a fairly good acting job. I
sure.
give him that. He has sex with Poison Ivy for some reason. I don't really know why.
Because he can?
Because he can.
Don't tell me you've never thought about that.
Well, I was surprised they didn't do a Poison Ivy, what's her face, Harley Quinn matchup. That seems obvious,
maybe
but maybe it could be in the sequel. So I'm going to skip past that one because it didn't seem all that interesting.
Sure.
Or it didn't advance the plot, I'll say.
Real concerned about that one.
Wonder Woman and the General.
General.
There's a character, Tommy Gunn plays the General. I'm not sure that generals are usually allowed to have those tiny ponytails in the back of their head that are all curly and greasy.
Well, and hopefully we can get this scanned in so they can see, like, the general uniform doesn't fit at all. Like there's a whole bunch of ruffling down here at the legs. As like the coat doesn't fit, like it's.
You can say that, but the rest of the costumes look pretty good. I'm going to give them credit for.
Also, where's his tie?
Well, it's a.
Nope.
No tie. There's no tie. It's general's prerogative. They can actually, once they get to be a general, they can do whatever they want.
That is not true at all.
That is. I think.
Sir,
I think it is
not true. You are in the military for a reason. You have rules. We have rules, or people die.
Yes, we do. But,
yeah.
And people. Well, he's an evil general, so maybe that's why he can do it.
I guess.
But Wonder Woman and the General fight, and again, the Wonder Woman General fight is actually pretty good.
Okay.
She tries to use her lasso of truth on the General to find out where the bomb is. That doesn't work. So she suggests using her truth juices to get the truth out of him.
Does that mean that's what the lasso's coated in?
No. They get it the old-fashioned way. He eventually tells her where it is at the end, and then for some reason leaves her lasso on him. Like, it's Wonder Woman's lasso. You would think that she would take it.
Apparently, she can make another one.
She can weave it. Lastly, is the Hal Jordan scene. Hal Jordan.
Oh, Green Lantern shows up.
Yeah. Hal Jordan, Green Lantern shows up. He shows up and he finds Batman and Robin in a cage. And here's another problem I had. Batman and Robin had their utility belts. They were clearly capable of getting out of that cage. And I have, it's a little minutia.
Maybe they didn't want to.
they were having fun time by themselves, and that's a different movie. That could be, but it's
Those will be coming soon too, I'm sure.
Sadly, that was like the first thing I thought of. Like, no. They have utility belts on. Like, what's the first thing in the Super Friends that the villains did? They took Batman and Robin's utility belts.
They did.
And then in that scene, for some reason, Green Lantern and Harley Quinn fight with their pants off.
They wrestled.
They wrestled.
A lot of wrestling in this movie.
I don't
call them wrestling nearly as much before in the comics.
No, it's not wrestling that much. I think that's. The thing I mentioned, I will give continuity props during the Hal Jordan wrestling. All the other times where the characters were wrestling with each other, the guys kept their costumes on. Mm-hmm. Hal Jordan didn't, and I assume they did that because Hal Jordan's costume is just a construct of his ring, so he can turn it off if he wants. But everyone else has to have that zipper in their tights down there. So I'm just saying that's
okay.
I've been nabbing them on continuity gaffes here and there when it comes to comic books.
But that's a win.
That's a plus.
Okay.
That's a plus. And I think, and then after that they find the bomb, or do they? Because when they find the bomb, then a hologram of Lex Luthor pops up and says, "No, the bomb isn't there. It's in the bottom of the river, and it's going to blow up in 3 minutes." Now they could have found that if they didn't spend the last 20 minutes doing what they did with Wonder Woman part of that point, but they would have had much more time to find the bomb in the river.
Well, 3 minutes like to the Flash or 3 minutes to Superman, that's still plenty of time in the world.
Oh, but they covered it in Kryptonite, the bomb.
All right. So Superman flies the Flash there.
I would think. I mean, that's possible. But it looked like at the very end they'd given up. But then it goes to a to be continued.
So there's a sequel.
There's a sequel. They probably filmed it at the same time.
Sure.
Because really, you got all those costumes together. You rent it for a weekend.
Right.
You have to keep it going.
Might as well. You own them now.
I appreciated the effort that went into this. I kind of appreciate the recognition that comic nerds love their adult movies too, and I'm goofing a little bit on the continuity errors because that's what's more appropriate to talk about.
No, and I mean, it would be really interesting actually if one of these things came out and the continuity was really consistently solid all the way through.
Well,
I mean, like that would.
That's what I've heard about the Batman '66, but I don't know. I haven't seen that. But anyway,
I'll send you a link.
But it's. I appreciated it. I think it was actually I had a fun time just looking at the storylines and seeing what they did there, and obviously being as knowledgeable as a comic geek as I am, finding those gaffes and everything.
Of course.
But anyway, that's my review of Justice League of Porn Stars XXX.
Taking it to adult levels.
Yeah, should we have set earmuffs ahead of time for this one? It's too late.
Nope.
It's too late. But yeah, check it out if you're interested in.
If you're into that sort of thing, and then feel free to let Kevin know just what your thoughts were.
Yeah, only on the storyline parts though, not the mommy daddy time.
Well, it's gonna be mommy and daddy.
Well, sometimes there was daddy, mommy. Sometimes there was daddy, and mommy.
That's just not enough holes.
Not right.
Backroom Comixxx Podcast.
We're your #1 source for
what the hell just happened.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Record Man, the joke's on you. Running your label like it was 1992.